Hey everyone, thank you so much for being here today. My name is Denise. I'm also known as heywigsister on Instagram and Facebook. Today I'm here to bring you a color spotlight. I'm here to show you the color 42730 by Renau on the Kristen wig. This is also known as carrot cake. If you're curious about this color for 2730, which is a beautiful brunette, and would like to see it inside and outside, then stick around for the rest of this video and let's look at it together. So 42730 is just a beautiful, beautiful blending of dark brown with a light auburn and a medium auburn, and it's just such a rich, beautiful color. You know, even though it has sort of those two auburn colors in it, it does not pull heavy red at all. It's just warm and chocolatey, and honestly, I struggle to even call this an auburn wig because it's very much a brunette with subtle auburn tones. It's very pretty. Trying to make sure you guys get a good look. You can see when I get up close to the camera how well blended this is. It's not streaky or heavily highlighted. They did such a good job of kind of giving an even consideration of all of those different colors. You know, a 4 is considered a dark brown, a medium kind of dark brown, and I think this is a great not too dark version of that. Sometimes you can get 4s and they can be really, really dark, but I think they did such a good job of using a good blending of all of those colors, and you've got your sort of light and medium auburns, that it does lighten this up just a little bit. Now, I have a review of Kristen already on my channel, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on Kristen, but if you haven't seen that, I'll tell you a little bit about this piece, and then you can go watch that full review to get more details. So Kristen is a classic chin length rounded bob with just some slight layers. You can see when I do this, there's just some slight long layers. And she has a lace front, but no monofilament. So you've got a lace front which goes just right about here. It's not super deep, but it's not super shallow, and that gives you the ability to, I mean, it does make it look a little bit like there's a part there, and it's a really good lace front. It gives you flexibility to lift this off of your head like that, and you can see the color is really consistent all the way through even when you do that. And because of that, you can actually part Kristen wherever you want because you're not stuck with just a monofilament. Kristen does have quite a bit of permatease right up here. So you see, and sometimes I've had a couple of pieces, sometimes it's slightly visible. The permatease is slightly visible. So what you do with a wig with visible permatease is you get in there and you sort of lift that up off the cap, you know, wake it up, break it apart, and then give it a little lift so that you can't see that. And that is what gives Kristen this great silhouette and volume, is all that permatease on the top. So if you're curious about Kristen, you can go check out that other video for the rest of the details, and I will put a link in the description. As for this color, I will get outside for you so you can see this color outside. I do not believe that this color is overly shiny at all. I'll take it off and kind of hold it up as I'm talking. I honestly think they did such a good job, and the fibers are so great. It is not shiny. If you're catching any kind of a shine, remember how much lighting I have on me, quite a lot. It's not shiny, and so I don't even think most people would have to use dry shampoo or anything to deal with that. And just look at as the light plays off it in different ways. Such a pretty color. So how do you decide if this is a color that you want to try? Well, number one, if you're used to buying 4s, So buying wigs with the 4, keep in mind this 4 is not heavy-handed. It's really blended well with lighter colors. So I would consider this a medium brunette, medium dark, and not dark brunette. So if you are, you know, dark brunette is your thing, you like the 4s, you even wear some 2s, this is going to feel light to you. If you like auburns and you like them to be more red, really kind of a pop of red, this is not going to have that either. Such a subtle use of the auburn tones in here blended with the 4 that it definitely has kind of an auburn, you know, an auburn feel, but it's not a deep auburn or anything like that. So I often get asked by brunettes, does the wig pull red? It almost feels to me like it's pulling caramel versus red. Color's so hard because we're all so different in our interpretation of color and our sensitivity to it. So I don't want to tell someone that I don't think it really pulls much red and then have you buy it and say, holy cow, it's full of red. But my take on the red, the auburn that's in here, it's more like a caramel warm color, not as much red. And so I think if you can do warm colors and you can do some kind of auburns and caramels and you don't need it to be super red, I do think this has got a lot of flexibility. I really think a lot of people can wear this color. I also think that it isn't so warm that if you're super cool toned, it might even work for you. So I just think there's just a lot of flexibility in this color. So let's get outside so that you can see what this color looks like outside and how natural light might play on it a little bit differently. But if you have any other questions, please let me know. It is not rooted, so you don't have any kind of darker at the root. It's just really consistent color all the way through the piece, which means that you're not going to draw a lot of attention to yourself. People aren't going to like look at your hair and wonder who did your hair. And I know for some people you love to draw the attention, but others, you don't want that attention. You don't want anything that might turn someone on to, that you have a wig or make them look too closely at your hair. And this is a good color for that, for really being kind of inconspicuous with your wig. All right, guys, let's get outside and we'll see what this looks like outside. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, support my channel so that more of these videos will be found in a search by our wig sisters looking for information. Hey everyone, let's look at the color for 2730 John Renau in the wig Kristen outside. Just a beautiful brunette. It's a subtle auburn, very well blended, really beautiful color. It is not really highlighted. It is just great. It is not super red either, so it's got just a subtle, warm, chocolatey brunette auburn. If you're looking for a color that, you know, isn't too out there, I know some of my wig sisters don't like heavily highlighted colors. You just want a subtle auburn, then 2730 could be the color for you. Because it's got a 27 and a 30, those are both in sort of the auburn tones. It will pull just a little bit red, but not heavy at all. And it's not rooted, so it's just great. Move out of the direct sunlight. Hopefully that helped you if you were looking at this color.